Evil dies tonight until Universal needs more money and they have to reboot the franchise yet again. Hey guys, welcome back to my review of the NECA Ultimate Michael Myers from Halloween Kills. Stay tuned. So before we get on to the review, let's have a look at the packaging. Very, very awesome packaging. The Halloween Kills movie poster. I love the movie poster so much. Halloween Kills Ultimate Michael Myers. Then on the side, we have the same kind of style with NECA and Real Toys. Same for both sides and for the top. On the bottom, you just have a load of legal guff. And then on the back, you have various different promotional images for the figure in various different poses. So you guys can have a closer look at those. Then here we get a small description. The Strode woman... No, let me do that again. The Strode women join a group of other survivors of Michael Myers' first rampage who decide to take matters into their own hands, forming a vigilante mob that sets to hunt down Michael Myers once and for all. Evil dies tonight. Yeah, we all know how that goes. So it includes knives, bat, bulb, Halligan bar, I've never heard of one of those, skull mask, which is brilliant, and interchangeable head and hands. Awesome. So get the packaging open, very awesome promotion image of the figure, plus the figure displayed very nice and neatly in the window box with all of his accessories. In terms of a backdrop, I can't actually remember what it was. I don't think there was anything actually. It's just like a dark room. So I don't think I'm going to bother showing it off. Also, there I am. Hello. So, without any further ado, let's get the figure out of the box. So, I think before we get into me praising this figure non-stop for about 15 minutes, we'll get the boring stuff out the way. We'll go straight in with the articulation. Now, the head is on this peg joint, as you guys all know, so it's easy to pop on and off. So you can do a full 360, although I don't recommend you do because you don't want to ruin the paint. You can lean the head really far forward and lean him really far back also. You can also pivot from side to side and do whatever awesome things you want to do. With the arms, they can bend out roughly to 90 degrees, although they are hindered by the PVC piece of the overalls here. You do also have a 360 at the elbow and at the top here, either side. You have a double bend at the arm so you can bring it right the way up. You also have a full 360 at the shoulder. Inside, people say there is an ab crunch joint in there, but personally I've always found it too stiff to really do anything with, but you can feel it in there, but I just don't recommend that you do anything with it. You have a full rotation at the hand as well as a ever so slight forward and back to it. Okay, so now we're going to get on to the bit which honestly gets me very excited. If you guys can see that. Oh, NECA, have I ever told you that I love you? They have updated the figure with the new ball joints. You know, the ball joints that are actually sturdy so the legs don't flop around all over the place? Yeah, I love you guys, NECA. You can swivel the legs slightly as well as bring them all the way out to the side as you've seen with no fear of them getting loose like older NECA figures. You can bring the legs right the way forward, once again with no fear of it getting loose. However, I wouldn't leave it far forward as you don't want to warp the PVC piece of the overalls. You have a rough 90-degree bend at the knee. You can also rotate the leg. And then at the feet you have the swivel from side to side, as well as the slight rotation at the feet, but yeah, it's quite sturdy and stiff. So articulation, brilliant, and I'll tell you why it's brilliant. It's just solely because they've updated those leg joints. I'll just do a comparison for you guys. I'll bring in the 2018 one and just show you those leg joints, which I absolutely hate. These ones here. Yeah, it's already warped and slightly disfigured, you know, simply by moving it. And at least it's tight, I'll give it that, but, you know, we have to make every single figure have this now, NECA. Quite honestly, I am gobsmacked that they did this. I didn't think they would update it because You know, they are just reusing exactly the same body as the 2018 version, so I didn't think they'd go to the trouble to actually retool it. So NECA, thank you. That alone is going to give this figure a very high mark in the review, so just well done, honestly. You know, hardly anyone talks about this. I watch review after review after review. No one talks about it. No one mentions the change. NECA, I hope you watch my videos because I'm mentioning the change. Well done. Well done. Honestly, this is the standard. Let's just keep going higher and higher, honestly. So, now that my little Joy Fest is out the way, let's talk about the figure himself. I mean, I don't really think I need to say much, really. He looks absolutely fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Spot on. Looks just like the real mask. You've got the knife gash. You can see his eyes in there. Get him in the light. Yeah, you can see it. Focus. Focus. Yeah, you can see his eye in there, that's it. So, got all the burns on this side, very, very cool. I love how even with the hair, it's lighter on this side, but then it fades darker this side. Then you've got all the burns on this side of the overalls. Like, look at this. Like, look at this. It's like he's walked straight out of the film. Got all those, I think they're bullet wounds on this side. The overalls are slightly darker than the 2018 version, but they're also much more vibrant in the blue, which I really like. Also, we do have this nice brown wash on the boots this time. Also, the skin has got a very nice wash to it. And of course, his fingerless hands. Well, not fingerless, but one side. You see his neck underneath there with his little blue shirt. This is absolutely awesome. Once again, my main comparison will be the 2018 version, so if we just bring him in. Like I said, there's now a wash on the boots, just to give them some texture, whereas on the 2018 one there wasn't. The blue, if you guys can see what I mean, it is more vibrant on this than the 2018. Aside from that, it is the same figure. Now, many people pointed out that my head sculpt on the 2018 version looks nothing like theirs. And that is because this is a reissue of the original release. So they did the original release in this horrible piss yellow, and it was very off-putting, really hated it. Then they did a reissue where they made it white, and then they did a reissue. Recently, I think it was last year they brought this out, where it is essentially, if you guys can see that, the same sculpt as this guy, except they haven't done the burn marks. So they've actually adjusted it slightly. But if you put it this way, you can see that it is the same sculpt. They have a different hair piece. His hair is much smoother. His is more kind of all over the place. But they are the same sculpt, and I think that's really clever. So they've improved this guy by modifying their sculpt based on this one. So, yeah, this is the, I suppose, the ultimate version of this figure that you can buy. And one person actually said, I want this one. And I was just like, well, sell your older one and, you know, put some money towards this one. So I wasn't aware of this. I didn't know he looked like this until I got him out the box, and I actually had to research to realise, oh wow, you know, he's a reissue. So that's interesting. I suppose it makes sense because the sculpt on this figure is absolute perfection. Now, he does come with an alternate head, and many people, including myself, have said, well, what is the difference? They look exactly the same. Well, same as the 2018 version. This one, you can see his eyes. This one, they're darkened out. but I love the way there's kind of a gloss, so when light shines in it, you can just see this kind of, this white dot. It kind of looks more mysterious. It's like there's something in there, but you just can't quite see it. And I think that's great. This is my preferred head sculpt that I'll be displaying him with. Also, just a little thing, and this could just be factory, you know, not intentional, but the burns on this mask are much darker than on this one. Even on the hair, it's much more noticeable. You see, it's very black on here, whereas this, it's not quite so much. But aside from that, it's exactly the same. I can't see any other difference at all. So if you want to swap them out, just twist that off. As you can see, it's a nice peg. And we'll put my preferred head sculpt. I'm really hoping this works. Excuse me a moment, guys. Yeah. That's weird. I was able to get this on before. Just doesn't seem to want to work with me today. I don't want to break it. Well, that's as much as I can get it on, so I'm going to assume that it's on. There, so that's him with the darkened eyes, and I've completely ruined his posture. There we are. So yeah, it's very stiff, this head. I might have to file out the hole a little bit, just so that the head can slip on easier. If you're struggling to get your head on, guys, you could always just use the heat up trick. You get a hairdryer and just heat the head slightly and just twist it on very gently. But yeah, still moves and everything. I just don't think it clips on as well as this one does. It looks slightly raised. But yeah, that's very, very awesome. So let's have a look at his accessories. Now, a Michael Myers wouldn't be a Michael Myers without a trademark knife. You have the standard version. Sorry, Michael, you're taking up the focus. Standard version and the bloody version. Now, what's interesting is these are actually two different knives. And I was looking to see if the silver one here is the one they included with the 2018 version. And it's not, actually. As you can see, the shape of the blade is actually different. Slightly, this blade is much bigger. And we just take the handle, and even the handle's different. As you can see, so no, it's not. But these are actually two completely different knives. You see, the bloody version has a smaller, thinner handle that's brown, and the non-bloody version has a black handle that's much bigger. So yeah, it's not just a repaint of this, it's actually a completely different knife, so that's interesting. Comes with a baseball bat for... I'm not sure when he uses this, actually. He comes with that very... the light that he snaps off, and God, that was a brutal scene. It's very nicely detailed. And he comes with this, what was it called? Halligan bar? I'm guessing it's like a multi-purpose thing for firefighters to use. Like, you know, you'd pry the door open with this. You got like a blade here. Something. It's just an awesome killing weapon for Michael. As you can see, it has the blood on it. You've got two interchangeable hands. One to hold the accessory I'll get onto in just a moment. And another one to hold this, which I will also show you guys later. Very awesome. And the best accessory it comes with, the mask from Halloween 3. As you can see, it even has the little silver shamrock logo on the back there. It's a very, very cool thing they did to include this. And these fingers here are sculpted to hold it, so it is a squidgy kind of PVC, so they can just grip onto it slightly, and there you go. So when you clip that on, Michael will be able to hold it like he does in that scene. So that's very, very cool. And I love the sculpting on this. I love the blood on it. You know, it's very, very cool. I love that. So to swap out Michael's hand, it's very simple. Just twist it off. I've noticed it pops off a lot better than on older figures. I will say though, be very, very careful with this joint. I hate these joints. You know, I'm happy that they updated this, but I wish they'd update this, because 2 of those have broken on me now with the older Michael Myers figures, so I'm being extra careful with this one. And to put the other hand on, you just gently, guys, gently clip it on, and voila, you can put the mask in his hand. Notice you've really got to pose it in a certain way, and then put the knife in this hand, and there you go. How awesome is that? I mean, for looks alone, guys, this is just 10 out of 10, honestly, just for the looks alone. It's an absolutely fantastic figure. I really, really love it. Because of the updated articulation in the hips, you know, this is the best Michael Myers figure that NECA have ever made, hands down. So I'll just do a quick comparison. So that's rolling away. So the 2018 version of obvious 2018, the original Ultimate Michael Myers from Halloween 2, and the reissue Halloween 2 Michael Myers that came with Dr. Loomis in the 2-pack. And do you remember when I said that it broke, guys? Well, it broke. Yeah, see how it's just completely snapped off? Yeah, you're not quite there with the old quality control NECA, but you're getting there, I'll give you that, you're getting there. So these are all of my 7-inch Michael Myers figures. They're all brilliant in their own way. He's my least favourite. But yeah, just this to me is just, in terms of sculpt and in terms of build quality and just everything, he's the best. Now, you guys, this figure came out before this one, right? Because this one's only just come out recently in the Dr. Loomis 2-pack. So explain to me why this guy has the updated joints, but this guy doesn't. Like, what happened? You know, you updated his body, so why didn't you update his? I don't know, that's just a gripe for me, that is. So overall, Halloween Kills Michael Myers, it gets a solid 10 out of 10 from me. Like, actually, okay, I'll give it a 9 out of 10, you know, just to be more realistic, but I just absolutely love it. It's a fantastic figure, and if you're a fan of Halloween Kills especially, you're going to love this, but if you are just a Michael Myers fan in general, this is a must-have. So I'd like to thank you all so much for watching this video. Thanks ever so much for the support you guys have been giving me on the channel. I'm so humbled. We're nearly at 200 and... gosh, we're not far off 270, so this is great. You know, hitting 300 subscribers by the summer would be absolutely fantastic, and I owe it all to you guys. I love it when you leave comments. I love reading them, and let me know, are you guys planning to get this figure? Do you already have him? What do you think of him? And which is your favourite Michael Myers? So thanks ever so much for watching this review, guys. Stay safe and happy wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.